This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by our friends over at Curaleaf, one of the nation's top multi-state cannabis operators with 49 local dispensaries, 14 cultivation sites, and 13 processing facilities, serving up more than 150,000 registered medical marijuana patients. Check them out over at curaleaf.com, spelled Curaleaf. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Thursday, October 3rd, 2019, and you're tuned in to episode 811 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. Today's top story is a video posted to Facebook recently showing a police officer in Gwinnett County, Georgia, handing back a small bag of marijuana to an unseen driver who is told that since cannabis is not a prosecutable crime right now, he's free to take back his small stash. You can hear the barely contained mirth in the voice of the driver in the short clip. It's awesome. The video was made possible by last year's federal farm bill that legalized industrial hemp. Because of that, police are now unable to easily say whether any given bit of marijuana is legal and which is the kind they used to be able to arrest people for. The police officer in today's top story did stress to the driver that the situation could change in the future, but given the realities of how much marijuana lab testing costs, that's probably not likely anytime soon. This is a game-changing video only because it beautifully shows how far we have come. Give this one a watch. Continuing on our previous headlines storyline, we have police in Florida saying they're having trouble arresting people for minor marijuana possession charges. Florida's Broward County Police Department recently threw away their old cannabis testing kits, which simply showed whether a sample had THC in it, and bought a new set of tests that purport to show the relative amount of a sample's THC and CBD. Those new tests, however, require additional lab testing, which makes them more costly. Throw in various announcements by prosecutors that they will no longer be prosecuting low-level cannabis charges, and you get a bunch of cranky cops unable to make the easy marijuana busts of yesteryear. Aww. Our final top story today is not about vaping. I just want to celebrate that fact. Kyle Yeager over Marijuana Moments picked up on a new poll just released by the Cato Institute showing that 55% of Americans think that all drugs should be decriminalized. The poll was conducted over the phone with 1,700 respondents, with the majority of them agreeing with the proposition that people should not be put in jail for drug offenses. You can open up Kyle's story for more detail and demographic breakdown, which pretty much plays out exactly as you'd expect. Conservatives are far less likely than liberals to be in favor of sensible drug policy reform. Another interesting note on this is that polled libertarians, who you'd think would be in favor of getting the government out of the war on drugs, were far more closely aligned with Republicans in favoring the status quo on the criminalization of drugs. All in all, though, we're making good and steady progress. Those are the top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out in headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Curaleaf, one of the nation's top multi-state cannabis operators with 49 local dispensaries, 14 cultivation sites, and 13 processing facilities, serving up more than 150,000 registered medical marijuana patients. Curaleaf is happy to be supporting the Veterans Cannabis Project, which works to expand the unrestricted and supported access of medical marijuana by military veteran patients. Curaleaf is helping to raise funds and awareness of this very important organization, which you can learn more about over at vetscp.org. That's vetscp.org. And if you want to learn more about what Curaleaf is doing to help out, pop over to curaleaf.com, where you can also find a list of Curaleaf's 49 local dispensaries, because there's no better way to experience the Curaleaf difference than by making a visit yourself. Big thanks to everyone at Curaleaf for helping support today's show. All right, time for the Blitz. The National Cannabis Business Association organized a group of more than 800 marijuana industry leaders who signed on to a letter sent to congressional leadership urging them to deschedule marijuana as a way to respond to the ongoing vaporizer health scare. The letter recommends 5 policy changes that could be made to protect the health of consumers. Besides descheduling, the letter also says that a recall of any vaporizer with vitamin E acetate should be pushed for, and that any additives in general should be banned until they're proven to be safe for vaporizing. Swing over to Marijuana Moment to give a read and to see the letter yourself. A state senator in Connecticut is calling upon Governor Ned Lamont to impose a 4-month ban on the sale of vaporizer products. State Senator and Dr. Saud Anwar specializes in lung health and called yesterday for a 4-month ban to be imposed. Connecticut has reported around 18 cases thought to be linked to the use of vaporizers, but has not yet seen any attributed deaths. The governor's office yesterday said they're looking into whether or not their boss actually has the power to impose a ban on vaporizing. I think it's good to note here that the recent report issued by the CDC showed that the vast majority of known health cases were caused by illicit market THC vaporizers. The Marijuana Policy Project just released a report on vaping that focuses on how it should be regulated. The short 7-page report is titled Regulating Cannabis Oil Vaporizers and comes with a series of policy recommendations on topics like testing, manufacturing standards, labeling, and banning hazardous additives from cannabis concentrates. I would open this one up for the full read today if I were you. Massachusetts authorities were hit with another lawsuit filed this week over the recently imposed ban on vaporizing products. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker announced the ban last month and has been defending it ever since, as stories have hit the media about vape shop owners at the risk of losing their stores. There's already been one lawsuit filed over this, which I reported on, and now there is another. The Vaporizer Technology Association, which claims more than 1,000 members, filed their suit on Tuesday, which seeks to overturn Governor Baker's ban. A hearing on the matter is scheduled for tomorrow morning in Boston. Wholesale marijuana platform LeafLink has a lot of sales data flowing through its servers and took advantage of its unique view on legal cannabis sales by releasing a report called the United States of Cannabis, which breaks down marijuana consumer tastes for 12 legal marijuana states, including California, Colorado, Washington, Oregon, and Nevada. This is another one you just need to pop over and absorb yourself. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com. On Tuesday, the Lowell Farm Cannabis Cafe opened its doors for the first time in West Hollywood, California, becoming the first proclaimed cannabis cafe to pair farm-to-table food with marijuana. The cafe is owned by marijuana producer Lowell Farms and features high-tech air filtration that allows patrons to smoke and vape at the table. The website Sky Statement has more here, along with photos of the whole fancy affair. And finally for today, the city of San Diego is pushing forward with new restrictions on where legal marijuana billboards can be sited. The city wants to ban marijuana ads within 1,000 feet of places like schools, public parks, and daycare centers. The ad restrictions are part of a larger campaign to refine the city's marijuana program that includes a provision to now refer to marijuana as cannabis in all official city documents. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Cureleaf, and to all of our awesome patron listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the patron listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in and starting your day with marijuana today.
One take, Shay. One take.